And welcome, my friends, to yet another zombie survivors game. And in this episode, we are going to play with the character Swat once again. However, this time we're going to play in the wild wasteland. So, fallen to ruin as death whispers through the sands, the last frontier in the struggle for humanity's survival. There you go. And for this challenge, we are going to go the endurance route. So it's going to still require at least 20 minutes. And there we go. Unfortunately, only difficulty level 1 is available. So we will take that. There we go. So you can see it's some sort of desert land. And I guess there's going to be a lot of skeletons all over all the humans that's fallen victim to this zombie outbreak. So we're going to upgrade our pistol as quickly as possible. There we go. So again, let's go to the pistol. So I think the fact that we've already touched on every character that's available so far in this series, we're not going to look in depth at every stat anymore, but once in a while we'll touch on why we are doing certain things. So again, for the grenade, we just need to get more of these hordes of zombies taken care of. So there's a zombie that we needed to kill. Again, we're going for the pistol. Let's go for the training there. There we go. Definitely a very capable character. I think of all characters, most probably the most rounded character. There we go, SMG. There we go. And I think that's also true in real life, that I think our soldiers will most probably handle themselves much better in circumstances like this with their training and so forth. Not saying that, you know, there's no average Joe that will be able to take care of himself. I think there's quite a bit. It's just a bit of common sense to suggest that. So for this challenge, we are going to combine 3 characters. I'm going to choose tank for this one. So we're choosing him for his defensive attributes, that circular sword drones. Alright, so we're going to focus on that a little bit. Oops, you can see there's something backing out there. So no luck in what we're looking for, so we're going to reroll and choose our first circular sword blade. There we go. Okay, so the advantage of these sword blades is definitely, as we've covered previously, quite immense, and it does help extremely amount. And then now before we continue, let's just quickly have a look at the item to choose here. So I think for now, let's take the pocket watch. You know, it helps a lot in taking care of the hordes of zombies. It gives you time to utilize your main additional weapons way much better. Whoops. So let's go to the solid drone there. There we go. Alright, there we go. So you can see the effectiveness of the SWAT member being able to deal quite a bit of damage. And okay, so I think let's go for another SMG update, upgrade there. What he's not taking care of, our tank sword blades are definitely doing the trick. There we go. Oops, 3 minutes in. There we go. I think let's use another reroll. I want to get our soul blades up to its full potential as quickly as we can. So there's a flying frenzy up here. There we go. Yes, perfect. Okay, so let's take the SMG for now. I just want to see if we can't get the SWAT member to assault rifle, and then we'll get back to getting our SWAT members soul blade drones to its full potential as well. Alright, again, not the blades we're looking for, but we're definitely going for this version of it. There we go. So we have a double circle of soul blades protecting us. And I just have to look out for that worm trying to take us from below. So whenever you see that blue circle, don't stop, you know, I think it's going to deal quite a bit of damage. So 2 rerolls remaining, going for that. So we're not going for the sniper rifle, it will deal quite a bit of more damage, but I think it will be a very slow damage being directed towards the enemies. So I'm gonna go for that. Again, a little bit of stats there. I think we have a damage of 100 now. There we go. Again, just don't mind running towards the hordes at this stage. I think between tank, sword blades and the SWAT members assault rifle, I think we're taking care of them quite easily. There you go. So now sleight of hand, and we're gonna stick to SWAT member for now, as his main weapon is currently our main weapon. So we're gonna go with the reroll and take the level 3 assault rifle. There you go. I see there's another chest up for offer, so let's go open that. Combat knife, yes, that's what we're gonna go for. There you go. Perfect. So now we can really focus on getting all the jewels so we can get our XP up as quickly as possible. Another worm attack there. It actually, even though there's a bit of a indication that it's coming, now if you don't focus, it will catch you off guard. It might actually give you a little bit of a fight also, so yeah, to me, the second there, I was disorganized, disorientated, and this thing gave me a little bit of a fright. So I see there's another one coming. There we go. It's definitely a big thing. Luckily so far I didn't manage to get Rios yet, but I don't want to see how much damage it deals. So I'm going to take another assault rifle there. Another SOS signal dropped. Okay, so now we've got a choice to do. I think we can go with the Huntress for now. Yeah, I think that's going to be a very good combination of 3 characters. The additional abilities of the Huntress will help us really take care of a lot of these zombies. So I'm going to go with Launch Strike. We don't have any recalls left, I think, so now let's just focus on what we even offer, take the best out of the options. If we don't have any left, we're gonna upgrade a bow, because a lot of the abilities is based from that baseline. So again, we're happy with the amount of the rifle, assault rifle damage in combination with the assault blade drones from tank, and then the rain also deals quite a bit of damage. There we go. So I think this is one of the first times we've actually started with, you know, taking more characters rather than seeing how far we can push every character. And it's definitely much easier, I think, having this approach. But again, we wanted to see what each character is all about and that they offer. But I think in every episode, you could see whenever we did add a character, we definitely have a better chance, fighting chance, because everyone's abilities works well together, and it gives you, better chance of, just having better attack, having more damage, wider damage as well. Let's take another arrow rain there. And so far we've been running very comfortably through these zombies, and I don't feel any stress at all when it comes to, how we are able to take care of them at all. So definitely I think we have a lot of abilities taking care of quite a bit of them. So again, our main rifle is dealing quite a bit of damage, so I can upgrade. I think for now it's like a magazine. We will definitely play into what we're trying to achieve with the Swat emblem. There we go. And then coming towards us. I just love the few times I almost ran into that worm, trying to get out of the way of this elite, so definitely found a way to push him towards it. There we go. Just heading in the direction of the new magnet, so it can actually mighty shot. I think this is now going to help a lot, and I think with the air rotation also it's going to help on this Huntress and much as well. So there we go. Arrow rain to level 4. Okay, grab the trading sleight of hand. I think for this we can also go with Huntress. She will also benefit from it early on at this stage. I think when we start upgrading tanks main with them, we'll also give them also a bit of sleight of hand. There we go. And stopping power for all 3 characters will be very important. So there we go, another SOS signal. There we go, multi-shot. There we go. There we go. Training, so we are taking a little bit of damage every now and then, but nothing that really being concerned over. So there's another chest, so let's head that way. We're going to open that as soon as possible. Then we're going to go for the potato. There we go. Very nice. I see these one of those research pods. Take it. Let's go and fetch all these research samples. Oops, I'm trying past it. Yeah. Grab the second one. Now here's our to the third. Yeah, let's make our way to the pod station. While we grab as many jewels and trainings as we can. There we go, so we can get uploaded. I think for this one I'm going to go with chemical. There we go. And let's go to this one. Yeah, definitely. It's going to be a huge improvement. 600 damage. There we go. Perfect. We have quite a bit of them. I see things that will be chasing us, and also I'm approaching from the bottom, yeah. So we get to them soon enough. Let's see what's out here. Take care of those two. It's very quickly, very effortless, if I can say so myself. Arrow lane, let's get it up. Let's get that in the training. So there's a few achievements unlocked there, which is quite nice. I always like to see something work happening. And piercing the gold Swat member. And he's indeed our team leader for today, and he's leading the way, so if we can assist him in being the best version of himself, why not? Another big boss there, gone down very easily. And turn around for this one that's chasing us from below again. I know he's could have gone maybe. Oh, here he is. And also dead. Yeah. So get that stone skin while grabbing all those jewels. Can I see there's a magnet on the left side? However, I'm gonna just open this chest quickly. Get the regulation icon there. Get team member. Hello. Okay, so we go from this side. There you go. The shots, there we go. I don't know. Yeah, let's go for the toxic arrows. There you go. Another toxic arrow. And let's make our way to that magnet before it disappears. There you go. So basically just past the 11.15 minutes mark, and so far very comfortable in our build. The three characters are working together very well, and no complaints in that department at all. Dealing a lot of damage, taking care of elites. Alcohol's not through butter, so there's no problem there. I go right down to the training, but now that boss unfortunately running into the circle. So now it will happen from time to time if we don't. We must stay focused and make sure that we plan our routes properly. But it's nothing to really get too worried about. As long as you avoid taking damage for too long, you can always recover, grab a health, and the regeneration also assists quite a bit. There you go. These two ninja trainings on the board currently, so I'm going to go for them. First one, return, go down, take care of these two leads, there we go. Okay, no penetration, let's like that. There you go. Okay, again, just pick up all the jewels we can. Need as many upgrades as we can get in the same period of time, so we can just upgrade as often as possible. That will keep us above the curve and make sure that our damage and skill is just much higher than our position. There we go, we'll all it down. There you go, some cash. There we go, training, sleight of hand. I think this one will go through Huntress. There we go. Toxic arrows. Let's take the ricochet. I think our guy Tang, Swat hasn't gotten any upgrades recently, so let's invest in him a little bit again. There we go, Fire Frenzy, another crate. Okay, so, oh no, let's have a look, let's take the folds, and let's go for this. Cash down here. Make our way upwards. Another SOS drop. There we go. And hope ricochet again. Do the leads again. That's like they're not bowling us at all at this stage. I think we're just doing way too much damage. And then so every time we get into frame, really basically can't. So you're gonna go with one of these two charms. So now we'll take the toxic one again. Huntress really has a bit of kick in her. She really has a high damage rate. When you think having just a bow and arrow shouldn't be that effective, but she definitely is quite a potent character. There you go. Let's make our way down. There you go. And we get to the magnet. Right, so again, let's go for the tank for once. Don't go with the show. There you go. Also would like to give tank also some flying power when it comes to these mining weapon. Roll in good timers like this. There, now stone skin. There we go. Okay, so slows here. There we go. On the crate. I love our sugar rush. There we go. Let's take the arrow filtration there. Good. Well done. So just over 50 minutes. Let's see how far we can get in the last 5 minutes. But now that huge elite there. There we go. Perfect. Alright, get there. As soon as they get into frame, they basically can come and dust it. Okay, so let's go for Tank's shotgun now and upgrade it. There we go. Give him some fine power, which he deserves. A lot of our damage is being done by his sword blades. There we go. Make our way down there. Armor piercing. I'm going to keep trying this. Speaks to his character and the shotgun and everything, so all those upgrades will help him. Another shotgun there. Give him another UTR and I'll fail, but take care of him. Like I said, he's shot. There you go. Shotgun. So you also have more ricochets to upgrade the SWAT member, so we'll do that soon. Getting towards 17 minutes now. Leads dropping like flies. I like to see that. So definitely a great build. Choice to start off. Develop these three characters, and then starting with the most powerful attributes helps quite a bit. And as you carry on, you can just increase the amount of damage you give everyone deals by activating more and more different abilities. So again, I think now we're gonna look at a copter for SWAT member. I don't know which of those third option was the better ones, but the having an escape route through the chopper will help quite a bit. There we go. Let's open and let's take some nails. Now inventory is full. So we can definitely still change some of the items in there. However, I don't know if it's necessary at this point. To what extent it helps us, I don't know. The only item I really care about is the sugar cubes, sugar rush. Every time we kill elite, we automatically receive one of these skin friendlies, which takes forever. So let's take the bear trap, pump and action shotgun. We're gonna take the ricochet, the SWAT member. Alright, so let's take out. So now we're running towards the third leads. We want to take them out first. Obviously, from there it's just graded, so it's a good strategy how to lose. There we go. That brings you much training there, so stick that up in our white circle. But it doesn't seem we can actually hurt that worm, to be honest, but more of a pest and killing machine for us. It doesn't seem like we're doing anything to us. We got away on its own, and almost like it's an obstacle of and by itself. There are no characters, so we just need to stay out of this pathway. Other than that, it's very pointless. And enemy, and very easily avoided at this stage. So if it was more random, yeah, it would definitely frustrate us. If it was that it wouldn't have that blue circle where you could see something or a danger coming, yeah, I guess going towards being good towards dealing with it. There we go. So there's no point, guys, for you to open with you. I don't know what, if we have time to actually really go through every item this stage. So for now, no, we're gonna just focus on what's in front of us. Next pain, so we're gonna choose the SWAT member. As soon as tank is upgraded, we'll start giving them an option. So there we've unlocked another few items there. That's quite nice. I think we can pass the 15-minute mark. From here on, it is going to be, the question: how long can you survive? And I'm sure it's going to be really difficult for this game to ever get to a point where you will die. Although I think the first time we took some damage from the worm, we took about 1/4 of our health from shotgun. So taking that quickly. For now, I think let's push through and see how far we can get to get all 3 characters upgraded to somewhat a level. See if the difficulty level increases enough to make it even worth pushing for past the mark. So still endurance challenge will kick on, but if you're too strong to die in one of these games, then what do you do? Can't record and upload a video of infinity, so I want to keep it shorter. Make sure that whatever we have there is staying enough to keep going. Yeah, another worm. Previous one hurt us quite a bit. Not gonna lie. 2 more crates. We can actually go to the memory place every item that we don't like or don't know, like the sound of the stage. We don't know the fake goodness of every item, to be very honest. There we go. So we take a bit of trap. Pretty much training. I think if we hit the 30-minute mark, I guess that's going to be a good indication that you're just not going to die. I can remember I played the endurance once before, and I think I did it with 1 character. My build was tank, and with 1 character, it is like I could play for days and it didn't make a difference. I think we were just, the character was so unstoppable by himself. Now you're putting in the mix here, that's one thing there. You're putting in the equation there, I've got 3 strong characters, all combining the move strings, I don't think it's going to happen. So to the developers, I believe they need to have a little bit more of a competitive toughness to the game. I don't know how they can soon make sure it's a bit more difficult to survive. Definitely still fun. I can't say that I'm not enjoying the game, but I guess it might get a little bit competitive. You know, what do? You can't die. There we go. Shotgun. Alright, so we don't know how these testing things and research parts. Let's go for that. And if they bring in more of these type of side missions in a mission, but I mean much more intense, much more difficult challenges, I think. You know, but it's difficult and you're still trying to avoid hordes of enemies. Yeah, then it's not like be fun. And then if you manage to actually evade all the enemies and still complete that test, you know, receiving a reward then makes a lot of sense. But you know, at this stage it's almost a given. Got enough time to really get to that point where you can, you know, complete a thing like that. I don't think I've ever watched the time I got scared that we won't make it. So that's a bit easy in my opinion. Alright, again we are playing at difficulty level 1 as is 1, 3, 2 and 3 is not available yet. There we took a lot of damage there by the time I meet. I guess we can still upgrade these guys quite a bit. You know, it's not like we're not going to take more damage over here, but it's really difficult for the game to actually execute us as. You know, we are going to regenerate and we are going to find more health. And it's available frequently, and our character is also unstoppable. So half our health is now gone. There we go. And now we're going to go for a magnet, find some more health, and then continue pushing through. There took a lot of damage there. So if we don't concentrate, I don't know how easy I think the game is, we're still going to, you know, perish. So we need to focus, make sure that we don't go down that easy. There we go. So it's super there. Okay, so let's go for the mines there. Okay, so we're back at half our health. We can start picking up some health back here. So I really don't want to be that guy that says, oh, the game's so easy to die 2 minutes later. So yeah, we'll start focusing really close to make sure that, you know, at least get to that 30-minute mark, which we could have cut off at least. So I guess we'll also give us a little bit more time to make sure that these characters are upgraded at their full potential as far as possible. Armor piercing to that tank. I guess the previous armor piercing gave to the Swat member. I think we gave the stopping power to tank. Let's see what's here. I guess anything we're taking, so we just have to skip this one. There we go. Alright, so we'll grab that friendly. There we go. Let's see any of these attacks. Let's take a bit of damage there again. I think more random, stronger elite will help. Yeah. go. Let's do this very careful. Crab points. There we go. Perfect. 3 minutes to go. There we go. And again, it was hard with the automatic torrents and Swat member. But all these characters on their own are quite vital. If you manage to get, you know, the primary, secondary, and third ability up in stats, you know, it's going to be able to take care of itself. And as long as you focus and make sure that you know, stay alerted, plan your exit routes, plan your running, you'll be fine. I mean, so far, you know, the gameplay itself is good. I think the characters' movement is very decent and it's very easy to control. Sure, if wherever I want the character to go, it's where it's going. So definitely not complaining on the game control with that character. It's definitely well done. Being a top down, sure, it's very comfortable dealing with the enemies as it's coming. So I would definitely like more games like this, to be very honest with you. So far I'm chilling and playing after a long day work, you know, just coming to get home and playing a game like this. It's fun, it's really enjoyable. Okay, so I'm gonna try to go for strike again. The worms chasing us again. But right. Getting into 9 minutes now. I'm just hitting our targets. Let's just grab as many of these as we can. If you can get another free upgrade. At the end of the day, all these times you're playing means going to assist us in, you know, upgrading the main stats in the main menu. There we go. So if you manage to get this far without switching over to a different episode or different channel, you know, I want to ask you to please like and subscribe, follow, leave a comment, hit that whole icon, all of the above. You know, I don't want you to miss any of our upcoming games and videos. And if you have any suggestions on games that you think you would like and need to get into, you know, make some videos, play the games, you know, look at what makes that game great. You know, please leave that in the comment section. We'd love to read more about it. Yeah, play the game. So far we're basically getting into the 50 minutes, and I think I can safely say that, you know, a combination of these three guys is quite intense. Although one hit of these two major leads, you know, gave us quite a bit of damage and problems. So taking care of them at least. But there you go. Definitely hit 15-minute mark, and I think this is now where you might want to go into the worm a little bit. And there you go. Oh, worm died. Oh, it's nice worm. Okay. Okay, make big leap, but no, it's not working. And there we are. In case we get the next worm, we'll be able to kill ourselves off and end this episode. Alright, I'm a priest there. Let's just take the priest there on. Oops, leave anything behind unnecessary. There we go. As soon as we encounter one, there we go. Alright. Again, we survived. How on earth, I don't know. Alright, next worm, I guess. Let's just avoid getting any health packs. Right, let's leave another loot here. Perhaps you can deal a little bit of damage towards us. There's another worm coming. It's fighting us. There we go. Still not dead yet. Close. We're close to finishing this episode. I guess the next worm will be the end of this episode. Great graphics, there we go. This is going to be the end. I believe it's going to be the end. And again, barely hanging in there. Next worm dies, next worm is definitely going to be the end. All I'm saying is getting quite fun. And the visuals at least of all these zombie hordes coming. I see there's another new zombie on its way. Maybe another worm. Okay, that is going to the end. And indeed it is successful in killing us. And when we look at all the stats of today's episode, we definitely enjoy playing it. It is really a great fun. And we have 3 unlocks and 3 new achievements. So if we look at the first one, Visit of the Dead, survive 10 minutes on endurance mode in the wild wasteland. Dead Root Sandstorms about 20 minutes, and then 30 minutes. I guess it will go on. Something we will go for the 60-minute one if there's indeed one for every 10 minutes survive. Unlocks here, unlocks infinity mode, and then unlocks the hardcore mode, and then solar panel weapons, critical hit, 50% chance to reduce current cooldown of every ability by 0.1 seconds. That's awesome. So I think that's we're gonna call it today, guys. If you've enjoyed it, please remember to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next episode. Thank you.